Hi, welcome to the Untitled Tarot, and I am here with your Pisces season readings. Wow, can you believe it's already going to be March? But anyways, I have 3 tarot decks for you guys to choose from. The first deck I have is the Weaver Tarot by Threads of Fate. This will be pile 1. Take a good look. For pile 2, we have the True Black Tarot. And for pile 3, we have the Fortuna Tarot. We will be doing 3 piles. Those are our 3 piles. Again, just so you can have a good, this is pile 1, the Weaver Tarot. This is pile 2, the True Black Tarot. And this is pile 3, the Fortuna Tarot. Close your eyes, pause this video, take a second to meditate, and pick the pile you feel most drawn to. See you in your reading. Hi, welcome pile 1. If you chose the Weaver Tarot, then this is your reading. Our topic is Pisces season reading. So let's see what Pisces season will have in store for pile 1. Let's get right into shuffling these cards. You immediately have this one file. We have the King of Coins. Let's see what else. So immediately there's going to be a strong focus on career, on abundance, money, and there's going to be probably a really great opportunity to attract that abundance or to have some sort of financial stability throughout the course of Pisces season. So for some, you could be having a 10th house transit. So if you're like a Gemini rising, or if you're having a 6th house transit, which would be, I believe, a Leo rising. Don't quote me on that, but there's going to be a big focus on career, money, emphasis, even a 2nd house transit for those Aquarius ascendants out there. We have the 3 of Swords in reverse, so in terms of relationships, there's going to be some sort of healing, there's going to be some sort of recovering. For those that have been dealing with financial issues, financial instability, you're going to have that stability, you're going to be recovering from that. So if you experience any financial losses, loss of any assets, you can expect things to start to improve, things to start to be better, things will start to feel better and will actually be better during Pisces season. It will be a great time for healing and also, focusing on career, focusing on abundance. Let's pull one more. Oh, 2 came out. Let's just take it. So we have the 7 of Swords. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. So I'm getting a lot of career-oriented energy. So starting off at the beginning of Pisces season, there's going to be a big focus on abundance, on career, on building solid foundations for yourself. And this can also signify like happy home too, very stable home. You won't have to worry about much in this department. In any case, though, with your relationships, with 3 of Swords in reverse and then the 7 of Swords coming out with it, this points to healing from some sort of betrayal, healing from some sort of heartbreak. So if Aquarius season and Capricorn season, if they've been difficult for you, it's because I feel like it's all because of one person or one toxic person in your life. With the 7 of Swords energy, somebody who's been sneaky, somebody who isn't honest with you, somebody who isn't truthful. And this can even point to sort of your own behavior as well. If you've been sneaking around or trying to like slide under the radar, this could be a message for you as well. But I'm getting the sense that there's like somebody in your life who has been very unreliable, has been sneaky, hasn't been the best person towards you, whether this is a friend, a family member, or a romantic partner. There is no specification for type of relationship, but you're going to have the opportunity to really assert your boundaries for this in Pisces season, and maybe even just cut it off, right? Because part of this healing process, the 3 of Swords in reverse, is like letting go, setting boundaries, and doing what is best for you and your emotional health. And towards the end of Pisces season, we have more of this like career oriented energy with the 2 of Pentacles And the Two of Pentacles is all about balance, right? It's about finding balance between home and work. If you're in a romantic relationship, it could be about having balance between working versus spending time with your partner. Or it could just be, like spending time with yourself, taking care of yourself. If you're somebody that can overwork themselves or put too much on their plate, Pisces season is going to really help you lay back or take a step back so you can take care of yourself better and nurture yourself better, because Pisces is a water sign. And especially with this Three of Swords in reverse, right? Pisces season is going to be all about cultivating your abundance and healing, right? Focusing on yourself, focusing on your mental health. But it will be a really great season. It will be very clarifying as well with the Seven of Swords. You're going to learn quickly who are your friends and who aren't your friends, especially if you do find success or some level of success. You'll find out who is really happy for you, who really wants to be in your life, and who doesn't. Let's pull some clarifier with the Muse Tarot. So let's see. Pile 1. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So you could be going through, or recently you could have had some sort of pause or like some sort of weird funk with your career or with your financial. Like you could have been having issues or just having some sort of pause or stagnancy. And Pisces season is going to help you. I don't think this is necessarily going to like start up again, or you're going to see like the progress that you're trying to manifest right now. But I do think that with this energy, the point of this energy in your life is so you can stop and like take a look at the view, stop and take a look at everything you have already, and just to, looking ahead on the trail, right? Where are you going? How are you getting there? Is there anything you need to change? Do you need to make any course changes? And I think that part along with the healing, right? Like the path you're on now could be a path you set for yourself years ago. But when was the last time you really thought about and reevaluated your path and what you're doing with your life? That's a big message in Gangers. So Pisces season could be a really good time to heal, to focus on yourself, and to reevaluate, right? What do you want to do? And with this Two of Pentacles too, this is a good question to ask yourself, saying, do I want to prioritize working, or do I want to prioritize spending time with my loved ones? So picking like a path or reevaluating with those new goals in mind can kind of help to make things easier, especially if things have been stressful and if you are in a stressful career path as well. Here we have the Fool in reverse. So yes, so the universe is trying to push you in a new direction, right? The Three of Swords here too. This could be that you're holding on. If this is like a past partner or somebody toxic in your life, right? You have been holding on to them. You have been holding on to the pain. And with the Fool in reverse, the universe is trying to push you forward. The universe is trying to be like, no, 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 no. It's time to take a new direction. It's time to take a new path. Well, in Pisces season, you're going to feel that push again. And the universe is going to urge you to go on a new path instead of remaining stuck. However, for most of Pisces season, you may feel a little stagnant. You may feel like it's time for something new or time for a new change. But you may just be unsure as well what path to take or what to do. But that's a very strong message coming in. Reevaluation. And I swear, all these cards are upright. These just keep flipping. I'm going to... Yep. And then we have the Page of Wands in reverse. So you're definitely feeling stuck. You're stuck in your head. You're caught up in how other people treat you. Or you're caught up in what other people think of you is also something else I'm getting, right? Like you care a lot about your image. Not in like every way, but maybe in specific ways. You may like care about what you post on social media. You may care about how you dress, or you may care about sort of the persona that you give off to other people. And it's going to sort of start to come crumbling down in Pisces season, because it's going to bring out you, like authentically you, not what you want people to see, but you're going to start to put out who you are and what you actually are. And with the Page of Wands in reverse, right, we have more of that stuck energy, because I feel like there's a lot of internal fighting within yourself right now. Like, what path do I choose? Do I go down path number 1 or path number 2, path number 3? And like I have a feeling you already know the answer, because with the Two of Pentacles right here, I can also see this as like 2 different careers or 2 different paths that you want to take. And you could be kind of stuck between the middle, right? Stuck between prioritizing your relationships or prioritizing your career or prioritizing yourself. And that's only a decision that you can make. And I have a feeling you already know what the answer is now. And look at that. We have the Four of Swords. Rest, right? What did I say earlier, right? This time is also going to be about rest, reevaluation. And while there is like a lot of like you're definitely going to be working, right? It's not going to be like the most relaxed month ever, but you're going to have time. You're going to have a little bit of extra time to actually sit down and be with yourself and to relax. And to also just enjoy, right? Like, look at the view, look at everything you have done so far. Even if you're not exactly where you want to be, the universe wants you to know you have still done a lot. You have still accomplished a great deal with the Nine of Pentacles right here, right? Like, you're definitely going to be, or you should be enjoying the little things, you know, whether that's like buying yourself those chocolate-covered strawberries or taking that bubble bath, right? It's all about the little luxurious things that you can give to yourself. And this is also a way that you could perhaps take care of yourself better. But yeah, like rest, reevaluation, and focus, right? Those are some words coming to mind when I see these cards and I'm feeling the energy of this pile. And let's also like take a look at the bottom piles for both our decks. So this one we have the King of Wands, right? So yes, Pisces season is going to help you find the direction and the inspiration that you have been craving. And with the Two of Wands, you know, another Wands card right here, right? The season's going to put you on track to look ahead to the future, to plan to the future, right? Like look at that telescope, right? You are going to have a much better sense of where you want to go by the end of Pisces season than when you started. But let's get into our oracle. Ooh, whole bunch full. Too many fell out. Okay. Too many fell out. Let's shuffle again. So pile 1, Pisces season readings. We're going to be doing a shadow work card showed up, victimhood. We have Seeker and Forgive, and let's do one more. Too many. Oh, we'll just take those two. So the first card that came out is Victimhood, and this is a shadow work card. So this can point to an area that you need to work on during Pisces season. With, here's the description. How are you blaming the world for what had happened to you? How have you given up your own agency and power? Alternatively, what painful experiences do you need to fully acknowledge in order to heal? So again, like the path that you're on right now could have been a path that you set for yourself years ago when you were still dealing with trauma, when you were still dealing with uncertainty and confusion in your life, and perhaps even a dark night of the soul. Period. But with this victimhood right here, right, the Pisces season is going to help you go deep inside and evaluate how do you project onto others, right? Like if you're not in a situation or job that you're happy with, do you blame others for that? Or like, do you blame yourself? And this is sort of like an ownership card, right? How can you take ownership for your decisions? How can you take ownership for your life? And with the Seeker card right here along with it, right? Like this season is all about seeking, right? We've been talking about finding the right path, aligning to the right path that will make you happy. And with the Seeker card right here, right, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be seeking yourself. You're going to be seeking the path that you feel most aligned with. And this is a very powerful card, especially with the Forgive, right? Because again, there's like, and we talked about earlier, like this person that's like been sneaky or hasn't been treating you well, like this person that you may be not sure what to do with. And with the Seven of Swords, like the universe is also asking you to forgive. And note that I say forgive, not necessarily let back in, but to forgive. And also to forgive yourself as well, especially as you work through this victimhood, this shadow work right here, right? Forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made in the past. Forgive your parents. Forgive that partner, you know? Forgiveness allows you to move forward. When you allow yourself to get wrapped up in anger and guilt, you are able to move on in some sense, but you're still holding on to those emotions and you're still holding on to those experiences. But when you learn to forgive, you learn to accept those experiences for what they were, and you learn to accept those emotions for what they were, for those actions, for that person, for who they are. And while they are not compatible with you, you're able to have the acknowledgement that, hey, I had this connection, I had this relationship, I had this friendship, and it did not work out, and it did not feel the best, but I acknowledge what happened, and I acknowledge that this did not work out for some, XYZ reason. And then the last two that came out is attract and surrender. So yeah, surrender, right? Resting, taking a break, surrendering to the flow of the universe, right? To allow yourself to soften up to the messages that the universe can have for you, especially with the attract right here too, to attract the kind of life you want, to attract the type of career that you want, right? You first need to surrender. You need to do shadow work. You need to forgive, and you need to be willing to seek. You need to be willing to seek out yourself, your passions, your interests, and to hold yourself to no expectations that maybe you did before, like toxic expectations that only inhibited you instead of helping you. So with that, let's go into our next oracle shuffle. Pile 1, Pisces season. Here we have thread. So this is a holographic card. We have thread. For this one, we're going to go into the guidebook for this, because this is a new deck, and it's a very special deck. So we have thread. To let the layers of your life spill out, lay them on the table, sit with the gifts they bring you, the moments that have transformed you, the power you were born with, the pains you have endured. It is time to weave them together in a new way. Our lives are never-ending patchwork quilts that we get to tend to. Thread is letting you know that you already have enough fabric to keep yourself warm. We may struggle to make sense of the pieces of ourselves. We question whether they can truly get us where we want to go. Our stories often don't look right on paper. We can feel like we're applying to a job we aren't qualified for. Like the interviewer looking over our resume asking, how does being a stay-at-home mother prepare you for management? Do not chop your life up to make it palatable. Do not disrespect your experiences by haphazardly forcing them into a box they don't belong in. Let your life be wild roots sprawling across the forest floor. An ignorant person may walk through the woods and be naive enough to think that the plants exist separately from one another, but we know that they are communicating with each other all the time. Your experiences and strengths, no matter how different from one another, are brought together in each new moment. Each being a piece connected in your epic tale. Keep stitching them all together. Wrap yourself up in the story of your life, knowing it is always enough. And there's a song with this. It's called Tangerine by Led Zeppelin. But with this thread energy, it's like what we've been talking about, right? Like, as you grow, if you're like on this path that you made for yourself years ago, maybe it's time to change that, right? You're a different person now with different experiences and different desires. So this is definitely a sign. Well, it definitely resonates with the rest of this reading. I hope that card resonated with the rest of y'all. And with further ado, we're going to do a final couple messages. Actually, two fell out. We'll take these two. So we have, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but we have birthing and safeguard. So sacred is the divinity contained in your skin. The blood running through your veins is simply a miracle. So again, we're talking about self-care. We're talking about taking care of yourself more and appreciating yourself. And we just talked about thread, which is all about honoring your experiences, honoring all that you've gone through. And yes, sacred is the divinity. So you are special. The blood running through your veins is a miracle and is special. And you need to take care of yourself as such, right? Like, you don't need to overwork yourself or work yourself to the bone for no reason at all, because your body deserves love and care, and you deserve love and care. And with Attar, if we have frustration and dispute, allow your mind to wander, hinder yourself from unnecessary answers. So again, we're talking about this concept of seeking, wandering, finding a new, perhaps better path for yourself. And this is all about exploration, right? Pisces season is all about daydreaming. It's the sign of the moon, trusting your intuition, trusting your experiences, and not necessarily relying on everything that you can see right in front of you. But anyways, those are your messages. I hope this resonated with y'all. Thank you. And if you want more content, check out my Instagram, check out my link. If you want a personal reading, I am available. But thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you guys have a great week. Hi, welcome to the Untitled Tarot, and if you picked pile 2, the True Black Tarot, then this reading is for you. So let's get right into it, to shuffling the cards and seeing what messages will come out for y'all. I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited for Pisces season. It will be a nice change after the harsh energies of Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius season. It will be more soft, more comforting, more nurturing. Let's see. So we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Here we have the, it's not the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it is the Seven of Cups. I had to count the cups on the card. These cards show Roman numerals, and I get confused sometimes. So right off the bat, I can see that some of you guys who picked this pile, you're going to be feeling overworked, overwhelmed in the beginning of Pisces season. Perhaps work has been a little rough lately. There's been perhaps where you work is undermanned, and there isn't enough people to cover everything. So you've been expected to take on more work than you really should, but you're going to be close to feeling burnt out. And you could be feeling burnt out right now. Pisces season starts this week, but with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, definitely feeling burnt out at the beginning. And perhaps you're considering quitting your job, leaving your job, kind of getting fed up with the way you're being treated at work. And with the Seven of Cups right here, right, this can show perhaps looking for a new job, looking for different prospects, and you have all these different cups, these different opportunities in front of you, but you're not really sure what to pick. So you kind of, and this could be something that's been going on for a while, where you keep looking for a new job, you keep looking for somewhere else to go, somewhere else to work, but you still find yourself stuck working this job and burning yourself out because you're unsure, right? When you apply to this job, maybe you're okay, this is going to work out, this is going to be the job that will satisfy me, I'll be able to hold this job for a few years. But now you could be doing a double take, and you want to make sure that the next path that you pick is a path that you feel most comfortable with, a path that you will stick with for at least not maybe a few years, but at least a year maybe. So you could be sort of hesitant, right? Not really trusting yourself. But with this card right here too, it shows a need to trust your intuition, a need to go inwards, a need to trust yourself, right? Because that gut instinct, most of the time it's right. When you're taking that test, this is coming on when you're taking that test and you're unsure between two answers, and your gut says one, but your mind was well, this would make more logical sense, and so you pick the one that your mind picks, and then you find out it was the one that your gut felt good about. That's sort of the sense I'm getting here, or trusting that gut feeling, trusting your instinct, and also trusting your heart could do well for you in the long run. And here we have another 7. We have 2 sevens. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So I definitely think that what this next path that you want to be on, you want it to be long-term. You want a long-term career. You want to have that long-term success. You want to build those roots for yourself. You want to build those foundations. And with the Seven of Pentacles energy, you want to do that. Perhaps like you're saving to buy a house one day, you're saving to move somewhere else, or you're just putting money in investments because, you know, you want to have a stable future. You want to be able to retire comfortably. But with the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups energy, right, you want that long-term success. But in a sense, too, you could be feeling that there's like some external factors getting in the way of that, because with the Seven, how I've studied it, specifically in the tarot, not like numerology overall, is that Seven, there's some sort of outside influencing factor that can get in the way of like past success, or just like some sort of external influencing factor that is testing you, testing your intuition, and testing how bad you want whatever it is at the end of the path that you're on. Because with the Seven of Cups, right, like you could have people around you that want you to pick a certain path or pick a certain job, do this, do that, and that could be something that's fogging up and clouding up your brain, which is why trusting your intuition could be your best bet, right? Because your brain itself could be influenced or sort of fogged over by the other people that keep trying to put their input in your life. And with the Seven of Pentacles too, right, like this is more about, you know, laying down foundations and need to lay down foundations, right? Like eventually wanting to own a home one day, or have a successful career, have that financial stability that you crave. And what's interesting here is we have the Page, we have the Page of Wands here too in reverse, and this came out in the last pile I was reading, right? So you just could just be finding, and I feel like there's like this general energy for Pisces season of maybe feeling like a little stuck or feeling a little unsure of the way forward. And with the Page of Wands, I feel like in this reading it could point to maybe being reckless, point to being a little rash. So this is like you're starting to not feel like you need to rush this decision or make a decision right away. And I do feel there is some sense of urgency or some sort of time constraint surrounding, just because of this Two of Pentacles in reverse, right? Like you don't want to be, whatever the situation is, you do not want to be in this situation for the long term. You do not want to have to deal with this in the long term, which is why I feel like there's this sense of urgency, right? Like plan for the future, get this job, or pick a path now so you can set yourself up for that success. But at the same time, right, you don't want to be rash and pick the wrong path and end up in the same situation in the beginning, right? You don't want to repeat those cycles over and over again. So I feel like a lot of the season, similar to pile one, is like slowing down. Rome isn't built in a day. The success you want won't be built in one day or be built by one decision alone. And yes, this decision could be a decently big decision, a significant decision, but just know that these are minor arcana cards. So it shows that like whatever this is, like this is not going to impact your whole entire life for the long term, right? We're talking about, we have the Seven of Pentacles energy, right? This takes years to manifest. While we have this Cups energy, which we're talking about maybe like a year at most, right? So just know that like you don't need to feel pressured, because there isn't as much pressure as you think there is. You could be just, you know, stressing yourself out way more than needed, because it isn't as big as a deal as it seems right now in the moment. And you're gonna like look back on this in like 6 months, even like a year, few years out, and you're gonna be like, man, I don't know why I was stressing so hard over this one decision, or stressing so hard over this current situation, because you know what, it's gonna all work out. And let's pull some clarifiers. And we have the two of Wands in reverse. So yeah, like you're trying to plan your future, you're trying to look forward ahead, because with all planets in direct right now, I feel like there's going to be this like collective planning energy, right? Looking forward to the future, making changes, knowing what you want out of life. But with you could be feeling a little stuck, right? You are feeling unsure. And this job too, right? Whatever you're in right now, you're unsure. Like a part of you is like, well, maybe I should stick with it. Maybe it'll get better. You're just kind of bouncing back and forth between all your options right now. And let's actually take a look at our bottom pile. Interesting enough, we have the Death card right here on the bottom. right? So change and transformation. Like there's going to be some sort of significant change with your career in the future with the death card right here, transformation, renewal. So things may get a little rough or bumpy, but just know that the change will be in your best interest. And here, yeah, look at this. Look at this. We have the Ace of Swords right here. So, yeah, things are going to get better. Things are going to clarify. And you're going to know exactly what you need to do to move forward, right? This stagnancy that you're in right now, it's not going to last forever, right? With Pisces season, the whole point is so you can take a step back and look at the big picture instead of focusing on the details. With the Knight of Swords, you're definitely going to be seeking that clarity that you desire. And while you may not get it right away, you're going to be exploring all these options. You're going to be looking at all these different options, trying to figure out what to do, what action to take. However, a warning with this card, with this energy, especially with the Seven of Cups, is to not, you know, what I said before, do not make a decision right away. Do not feel like you have to rush, because things are manifesting, things are working out behind the scenes. It may not seem like it right now, but everything is falling together as it's supposed to be. There is a plan. There is a reason why you're feeling stagnant or feeling a little stuck right now. And it's because, you know, this Magician energy right here, right? It's manifesting. You are working on manifesting it. And Pisces season is really more of a time for you to manifest your goals or put your goals in mind and to manifest it instead of actually seeing those manifestations come to fruition, right? Like we have this seven, this came out under this Seven of Pentacles, right? This is about planting seeds for your future, not expecting things to start sprouting. And with the King of Swords right here, just an extra emphasis on if you're somebody that could be a little hot-headed, a little rash, this is like your sign to slow down a little, because that clarity that you want, you're going to start to get it, but it's not going to be right away, but you are going to start to get that clarity and things are going to start to make sense towards the end of Pisces season as we transition into Aries season. And I expect that Aries season will probably be a little bit more action-oriented, things moving forward like how you want it to be. Aries season will probably be a more actionable time for you guys with this pile. So let's get into our oracle. This card keeps flying out. We have surrender. Yep. Allow yourself to wait for things to unfold. Things are working out as they're supposed to be. What's interesting is we had surrender and attract. They both came out for the last pile. I swear I'm shuffling these. They came out for the last pile. So like I feel like there's this big collective theme for surrendering to the flow of the universe so you can attract the kind of life you want to attract, the kind of life that you want to build for yourself. So yeah, and then we have wellness, health, and self-care. So that was a lot of the messages for the last pile too. So if you felt drawn to pile one, maybe you can go back and watch it. There's a little tidbit on relationships in there, and I'll try and tap into that. But this feels like a lot about future planning and career-oriented energy right here. But here we have this surrender and attract energy right here. So like a lot of Pisces season, this is Pisces energy in general, right? Surrendering to the universe, surrendering to the flow of the universe, and also coming to terms with your own self-destructive behaviors with projection right here. I'll read this right now. How have your internal problems and emotions been projected onto something or someone outside of you? In what ways have you been misinterpreting your reality? What is mirrored back at you? So here's, I guess, a little relationship tidbit. In your friendships or relationships with other people, how do you project onto others? How do you project your own fear perhaps onto others? Or maybe other people project their fears onto you. Like, how do you let this idea, this concept of projection affect your life? How does it influence you? How does it influence your decisions? And perhaps you can sort of find the key to all the confusion and sort of cloudiness that you're in, like not sure which way to go or not, by delving into projection and the idea of it and doing that shadow work. because right here we have conquer as well. So there is like something to overcome, and I feel like a lot of it is like overthinking, running circles in your head, expecting things to happen right away when they don't. We're in the society where we have become so accustomed to instant gratification, things happening, things shipping within a week and getting to our front door. And I feel like, channeling, we're so used to that concept that maybe like Pisces season will be all about waiting, right? Be patient. With this conquer card right here, right? You're definitely going to be overcoming this projection. You're going to be overcoming all these obstacles that are in front of you, but you're going to be overcoming them slowly. It isn't going to be a quick, instantaneous process. It's going to take time, and it's going to take work, especially with this wellness, health, self-care right here. The universe is saying, take care of yourself, focus on yourself, and when you take care of yourself and you also take care of your spiritual health as well, things will start to work out. Things will start to get better, and things will move in the right direction, in the direction that you want. So, without further ado, we'll get into this. Just too many. Pile 2, Pisces season readings. Sweet. So we have breathe. Oh, look at that. We're talking about, you know, not acting right away, calming down. We have breathe. For this one, it's a newer deck. I will read this one out of the book just because it's so beautifully written. So we have... am I blind? Okay, here we go. Page 77. Page 77, 77. So 77777, those are like things you have been seeing lately. Those are signs from the universe. Signs to breathe, perhaps. But here we go. Breathe. A quick Google will show you how many ways there are to breathe. Box breathing, holotropic breathing, alternate nostril breathing, equal breathing. There is an endless supply to try, each promising wellness and transformation. All this is to say, what is giving you life? What is not only sustaining you, but changing you? If death is letting go, breath is taking in. And sometimes we get so caught up in releasing, we forget that sometimes the new comes in before the old goes out. Our human minds try to simplify. First, I will stop smoking, then I will start exercising. But maybe it's walking outside, the scent of soft moss nourishing you so deeply that you forget to reach for a cigarette for a few hours. When we find strength within, we don't need our crutches as much. And beyond that, when we step outside ourselves, when we decide to be open, to take more in, to live our lives more fully, our thoughts begin to shift. We begin to expand, locking eyes with the moon and thinking, that doesn't seem so far away. The impossible becoming possible, let breath be your guide. And the song associated with this card is Cuando Laura El Cielo. I pronounced that really bad. I'm sorry for anyone that speaks Spanish. By Hermanos Gutierrez. This is like backwards, but I'll put these songs in the description below so you guys can find them. But yes, breathe. Very similar to what we've been talking about, right? Stopping to live your life, stopping to smell the roses. And when you get so focused on all the good things that are happening, on focusing on yourself, things will slowly start to fall together. So let's do our last few messages. Here we go. We have Pisces, physicality and intellect. And it says, your mind is like a sovereign, but your body also deserves glory. And for the second one, we have Vega, virtue and proficiency. Dance to the rhythm of your spirit, become one with the universe. So, with your mind is like a sovereign, but your body deserves glory. We talked about, we had this wellness, health, and self-care card to come out. Make sure you're taking care of your health during Pisces season as well. Make good decisions, make safe decisions. Don't do anything stupid. And with the Vega card, we have dance to the rhythm of your spirit, become one with the universe. very much in sync of the whole surrender concept. Surrender and breathe. Let things happen as they're supposed to. But those are the messages I have for you, Pile 2. I hope this reading resonated. Thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, I appreciate it. If you want more content, check out my Instagram. I have my link tree in the bio below. But I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you. Hi, welcome to the Untitled Tarot, and I'm here with your Pisces season readings. If you picked pile 3, then this pile is for you. So to get started, we're using the Fortuna Tarot, and I will get right into shuffling the cards. Pisces season for pile 3. Oh my gosh. Totally did this. But to start off with, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles was the first card to come out for pile 1. So I'm really getting a very, very strong collective energy here. Because the energies for both pile 1 and pile 2 were very similar, very strangely similar. Just a little differences here and there, little tweaks. But there's definitely like this focus collectively. And for you guys, pile 3, of abundance, having a stable home. Whether you're thinking about buying a home or you're just thinking about your finances, you're thinking about your career, and you're thinking about your future and the culmination of all your work. Because with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you guys have been really been burned out, overworking yourselves. Another similar message with the last few piles. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time here. But with we have the High Priestess come out and the Queen of Swords. So I sense that more with you guys, right? This Pisces season is all going to be about asserting yourself and asserting your boundaries. Because with the King or the Knight of Pentacles in reverse right here too can also point to a lack of boundaries in the workspace, a lack of boundaries with your finances. Perhaps you can take on more, when you're asked to take on more work, you take it on and you don't really be like, hey, I have this going on in my life, or you don't know how to say no sometimes, I feel, because you like to make others happy. You could be a people pleaser. And with the High Priestess right here, though, and the Queen of Swords, Pisces season is going to kind of help you grow a backbone. In a sense, it's going to help you learn how to say no. With the High Priestess right here, you're definitely going to be attuning with yourself more. You're going to be attuning with your divine feminine energy more, which is a lot about nurturing. It's a lot about abundance, taking care of yourself, focusing on yourself. And that's going to be a lot of the energy that we're all going to be feeling collectively with Pisces season, with the High Priestess card, right? Nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. And with the Queen of Swords, this is going to probably require you to be maybe a little mean, or to stand up for yourself, even to be a little harsh with your words, right? Especially if you have a boss or somebody in your life, because this can also speak to any relationship too. If you have somebody in your life that doesn't really know how to take no for an answer, right? Pisces season is going to help you put yourself first and be like, hey, no, I already told you this is how it is, or I already told you my schedule. I cannot accommodate for you at this time. But the Queen of Swords is really going to help you put yourself in your own fire, your own energy, your own strength. And it's really going to be a great energy for you guys. Because looking at the bottom pile right here, yeah, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So you're going to be learning how to manage conflict better. You're going to learn how to pick and choose your fights. And it's just a really powerful energy, right? Where in the past maybe you had conflict or clashed with others, or had trouble working with others, you're going to be overcoming that, and you're going to be learning how to let go of that conflict and, embracing this Queen of Swords energy, right? Not letting people get in your way, not letting people take away, much needed time that you need towards yourself, or take away from this, better and healthier routines you are trying to build for yourself. And let's pull some of our clarifiers. So we have, the Ace of Cups. So for some, this could be even more relationship oriented with the King of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Cups. This could mean that you could have an earth sign in your life that could be a romantic prospect as well. You can have somebody who's very much a hard worker, somebody who has a lot of abundance or cares a lot about the family and the home life. come into your life as well in Pisces season, for those that are looking for or are already feeling more in like a romantic mood, or have already met someone new. There could be somebody special that you could be meeting in the beginning of Pisces season. It will be somebody that can help to balance you out, and perhaps you're somebody that overworks, and this person will help to kind of help you get in touch with your inner child. Or this person could be the one that overworks, and you help them to get in touch with their inner child, and you help them to have a little bit more fun. But with the Temperance card coming out right here under the Knight of the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you're definitely going to be learning how to come into balance between your work schedule and your family fun, social schedule, whatever it is that you prioritize. And it's going to be important, right? Because you're burning yourself out, and you can't really go on like this anymore. You know, you can't just keep working yourself to the bone over and over and over again. So this Temperance energy, Pisces season, is going to help you find balance. But with this pile, like with the past piles, there was talk of like finding a new path, finding a new career. I don't necessarily think that's like the biggest issue or the most pressing energy, but more just like finding balance, making room for love, making room for new relationships in your life, while also finding time to get your job done. But like I said, there's a big emphasis on taking care of yourself and learning to put yourself first and put yourself over your job. Because at the end of the day, your health is more important, right? Your health should be your first priority, not your job. And with under the High Priestess, we have the Page of Cups, which is, more of this watery, emotional, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself energy. And with the Page of Cups under the High Priestess, you're definitely going to be focused, or sort of be more of an energy to get in touch with your divine feminine energy, which is all about nurturing, I mentioned before, and it's just all about taking care of yourself, all about abundance and appreciating yourself and just loving yourself. While with the divine masculine energy, which I feel like is an energy that you could be in, it could be overpowering in a sense, because it's all about action, working, taking sort of action, like that fiery Wands energy, that Aries energy, that Leo energy, even that Aquarius energy as well, Gemini energy, that masculine energy. But with the Page of Cups, right, you're going to be called to slow down just a little, right? So you can focus on yourself and also focus on taking care of your divine feminine. Oh, and look at this. We had the Two of Cups come out, right? So I definitely think that there could be a new relationship that is blossoming during Pisces season for some in this pile, right? Meeting somebody new or somebody that you're already talking to. Perhaps things go to the next level. But with the Two of Cups right here, there's definitely some sort of new budding connection, new romantic prospects, happy feelings. I think Pisces season will be a really beneficial feeling season for you. Lots of happiness, lots of things to do, lots of like a increased engagement with your social life and going out with others and having fun. Where with Aquarius season, maybe you were working a little more, you were cooped up a little more. For some reason, this card was like left. I grabbed the whole deck, but I guess this was left. And here we have the Four of Wands right here, right? This is about celebration, being happy, enjoying the moment, living in the moment. Here we have like, Venus, Aries, right? It's all about being playful, having fun, engaging in others. And for those that are hoping to like find somebody, there is a good chance that you could like meet somebody or take the next step with somebody you're already with. And looking at the bottom pile of energy for the Muse, we do have the King of Wands in reverse. So in terms of like critique or criticism or things to work on during Pisces season, things to work on is perhaps perhaps you're somebody who likes to have control in the sense, or you like to have control over your circumstances, and when things don't go your way, maybe you have a temper, you could have a bit of a temper, and maybe you lash out at others or you lash out on yourself. But something to work on in Pisces season is, working on your temper, working on controlling your emotions, having like a more control, because you can't control what happens, but you can control how you react. So controlling your reactions could be a theme for Pisces season as well. Let's get into our oracle card messages. So here we have conquer, which came out with the last pile, right? So yeah, definitely like learning to conquer any emotional blockages, or maybe like I said, if you are overworking yourself, right? Like learn to do what is like needed of you and give yourself a break when you need it, right? You're not going to be of use to anybody if you burn yourself out to the point where you can't work anymore, you're sick. So self-care is definitely important. Important in every single pile, though. I have a sense that most people doing this reading may be overworked or feeling burnt out and overworked, or like I said, for some of this pile, you could be meeting somebody who is overworked and you help them have a little bit more fun. Here we have challenge, right? So Pisces season will definitely engage you and challenge you a little. And I'll read this. So challenge, a hurdle, a problem, a conflict or opposition, a daunting or difficult task. Something outside of your comfort zone that is causing you to stress or testing your perceived limitations. A fearful situation. So with this like Knight of Pentacles in reverse energy, you could be a very stubborn person, especially with the King of Pentacles this. Or like the person that you're meeting, they could be very stubborn, or you're very stubborn, and that's perhaps why like you're having these obstacles or you're feeling burnt out. It's because you're stubborn, and maybe you refuse to take a rest, or you think that you don't need it. Well, this whole conquer and challenge energy is like you're definitely going to be overcoming obstacles. And with this temperance right here, right, this, I feel like the goal is this temperance, this balance, right? Having a good balance between work and relationships and having a good flow in your life. And right now you're out of that flow. And that obstacle is perhaps overcoming mental barriers within yourself, or overcoming external barriers even, right? Dealing with a scary boss, and like asserting yourself and asserting boundaries, especially if you're like a more quiet or nice person. You like to do your own thing. You like to be a little more docile, right? Then being assertive and standing up for yourself can definitely be something that is daunting for some of those pile. So let's see, we have support and we have gratitude. And card fell over there. So grab that. And here we have that, learning education. So we have gratitude, support. What can you appreciate right now? What do you need to do to practice and invite gratitude into your life? And then we have support, to help, to aid, to assist. So I was talking about earlier, right, where somebody could be coming into your life, or main prospect that supports you, or you support this person, or it could be both, right? So I feel like you're definitely going to be working on your relationships. You're going to be working on expanding. You're going to be working on growing, especially with like we have learning right here too, right? Maybe like this is like a new type of relationship or a new type of energy for you, or you could just be in school as well, and you can be feeling burnt out and overworked with school, and you have this like sort of little romance come into your life, or friendship that kind of helps to spice things up and help you tap into your divine feminine. But with gratitude and support right here, these are going to be themes for your month, along with like challenge and conquer. So these are going to be like your big words, you know, for the month: gratitude, support, challenge, and conquer. Whew. Now let's get into our, let me look at the bottom real quick. And, oh, here we go. Because I'm like, there's been a shadow work card that has come out. Here we go. We have repression. So what is being pushed down? What are you refusing to feel, to experience, and to process right now? What are you resisting to acknowledge? So write down these questions perhaps. But repression will be something for you to work on during Pisces season, right? Like, how were you repressed as a child? How have you been repressed throughout your life? What do you refuse to experience, right? Like, have you had something traumatic happen to you and you keep running away from it and pushing it down because you're afraid to go back to that experience or feel those feelings again? But regardless, right, you can't run away from your past, and you can't run away from your experiences. Any unhealed wounds will just continue to fester and grow and affect your everyday life, even if you don't realize it. So repression and taking a look at the shadow work, taking a look at those questions can help you to let go and to help you make progress too as well with your relationships for Pisces season. So let's pull this oracle card. here we go. We have mystery. So we have a holographic card. This is also this way. But we have mystery, and for these I'm reading out of the book because it's a little bit of a new deck, and the way it's written is just beautiful too. So let's go to mystery. Do not try to strain your eyes. Let the picture come into focus in its own time. It's a practice coaxing our eagerness to sleep and letting ourselves just enjoy the unfolding. But imagine you were the first person to see the northern lights, standing in the bitter cold with otherworldly colors dancing around you. You likely wouldn't jump just trying to figure out what they were. You would sit in awe. Let yourself be that in awe of your own life. Let yourself lose language and logic and conclusions and see it all with your eyes wide. Be curious. Let yourself take wrong turns, hit the dead ends, double back a couple times, embrace the mystery, and you will never have it all figured out. Relish in that. And the song that associates with this card is, I believe that's Dirge by Death in Vegas. And I'll have these songs and the links in the bio for what I pulled. But yeah, mystery too. And it's interesting that we have this mystery along with this academic and learning card that came out. And I feel like this sort of points to, we were talking about this King of Wands and reverse energy right here, like this mystery, like know that there is like no need for control, or there isn't like a need to have control in every situation or every circumstance. Sometimes you're going to be unsure. Sometimes you're going to be left in the dark and not sure what to do or what decisions to make. But this mystery card, I read the description, so we don't need to go too much into it, but take it as it resonates with you. But let's jump into our final messages, though. Oh my gosh. I guess the universe wants to give you quite a few of these. So let's start. We have birthing and safeguard. Sacred is the divinity contained in your skin. The blood running through your veins is simply a miracle. So again, we have this overall theme throughout this reading of self-care, nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself. And that's really what the message is here as well. Like, you are deserving of rest, you're deserving of nourishment, and you don't need to overwork yourself or kill yourself, right, to do this job or to do whatever it is that you think you have to do and as soon as possible, right? Life is a journey, not a destination. Take your time. There is no rush, there is no race. Here we have Alpheka, fulfillment and serenity. Watching things grow at their own pace could be more rewarding than attaining them. Which we were just talking about, how life is a journey, not a destination, not a race. So yeah, take your time. You don't have to have everything figured out now. If you are in college and unsure, right, you're unsure what to major in, you're unsure what job to get, even in high school too with picking colleges, right? Things will fall together when the time is right. Things will come together when they are meant to. Don't try to force it, and don't feel like you have to have it all figured out right now in the moment. And here we have wisdom and affinity, which is duality teaches us that in order to love, we must bind together what differentiates us. So this is all, but I think this speaks to if you, if you have a connection, or you have some sort of love connection during Pisces season. It could be somebody that you don't expect. It could be somebody who's completely different from you. But in a sense, both of you guys come together because you fit in those missing puzzle pieces, those little gaps, right? You fit each other because you both have yin and yang. You both give each other the same but also the opposite energy that is needed for both of you to feel satisfied in the connection. At least at first, right? This is about a new relationship. This isn't this person is the one, right? Just potential to meet somebody new. And here we have Alcade, patience and perseverance. Good things take time. Growth does not happen overnight. And here, like I said, we just have this very honed-in message because we had the whole watching things grow at their own pace. And I said before, I don't know if it was in this pile or another one, but I said Rome was not built in a day. Do not expect everything to work out suddenly or everything to just come together magically in one day or even within a few months. It's going to take years and years of work for you to achieve the goals that you want. Sorry, I have like this itch in my throat. But just know that you're on the way there. You're on your way to this temperance energy, which is the next step in your journey. The next step in your journey is all about finding this balance between work and career, and also probably figuring out what it is you want to prioritize in your life and what it is that you actually want to do with your life. But anyways, those are the messages I have for you. Sorry about the coughing. Thank you so much for watching this reading. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. If you want more content, go to the link in the bio. I post a lot on my Instagram account as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great week.